Good evening, Academy 55 members and everybody else who's watching the recording. David Kahn here on Thursday, the 11th of September, 2025. It's now 5 to 7 in the evening here in the UK, looking at the EUR USD and the US 100, also known as the NAS100, following the Academy 55 indicators and strategy. Well, what can we see? Well, we are now the gap. This is the EUR USD on the 5-minute time frame, and the gap is only less than 5 pips sideways movement, and also the same on the US 100. So at this moment in time, things aren't going that well, because if we go, for example, if we go on the EUR USD on the 1-minute time frame, put the indicators on, you can see we were in the buy zone, so naturally we would be assuming a buy to take place. But if I was to draw long position, 2.2 pips away, so that's where the stop loss would be, taking us to our 2 to 1. And if I go back to the 5-minute time frame, you will see that that is in the sell zone, so it's not ideal. And a similar sort of picture would be with the US 100, but we won't let that deter us. So what we'll do is we'll market each one up. So I'm going to take the indicators off. First, we're going to go on the EUR USD. Going to go on the, I've got to be a little bit quicker than normal, just in case things do happen. So going on the 4-hourly on the EUR USD, we can see large FVG, fair value gap, down here, from that wick there to that wick there. So that's all in balance. No buying power that side, no selling power that side, no selling power that side. So we'll mark that up, put it on the line chart, and nothing there on the 4-hourly, but go down to the hourly, and nothing. Right, okay, just there we have an area that is quite influential, because it's been support there and resistance there. So that area there is quite a significant area for a price to maybe get down to. Going down to the 5-minute, put the candles on, and we'll mark up the buy and sell zones. So here is the sell zone, start of it, and here is the start of the buy zone, which we know price is already in. So we'll put that down to the minute, put the indicators back on, and this is the scenario we're looking at for a possible buy. But we know we've got imbalance down here. We'll price want to come down here and check out this imbalance here, possibly. So we will go to the do the same on the US 100. 4-hourly price has been the highest it's ever been at 3 o'clock this afternoon, 24,026. That's the highest the US 100 has ever been. So I don't really want to go and take a buy, because we haven't got any data. We're going into the unknown. But there's a lot of imbalance that I won't even draw up, because we've got a lot of imbalance there. So we will, and there's no point in going on the line charts because there won't be any points significant close to that area. We'll go down to the 5 minute. All we have to know really is that we're in the sell zone. So if anything, I'd be taking a sell on the US 100, but we've got the start of the buy zone just there. So I'll go down to the minute and put my indicators back on. As you can see here, put the short position on. Got to wait for 2,000 units, which is equivalent to 2 pips. So there's no volume here whatsoever. And we'll be deeper into the buy zone. So that really is the end of that, to be fair. There is no volume whatsoever at this moment in time, unfortunately, because that is 2,000 units, which is the equivalent of two pips. So that's that out. But let's have a look. So let's have a look at the EUR USD. Well, at the moment, we are, so I've got both charts on, US 100 and EUR USD. At the moment, the best option would be a buy on the EUR USD, because the sell on the NAS100, if it picks up volume, there's no volume there at all. I mean, this is the sort of volume we're looking at usually. As you can see, it's like a quarter of that, if anything. So there isn't much there. But there could be a chance with the NAS100. So we'll put our line chart on. Make sure you have got, well, we've got a buy alert now. So make sure you've got your risk reward in purple, your lot calc in purple. Most importantly, make sure you've only got 1%, risking 1%, no more. The wave has just turned green on the EUR USD. And we got a buy and we got a green volume. Just there is where I want my stop loss, if it is going to happen at all. Nice to see so many people on today. Alina, Kevin, Olga, Raj. The regulars. You guys are getting some good experience, hopefully. Seen your names multiple times now, which is a good thing. So this is right where price is right now. That is where we will want the stop loss for the EUR USD. If it ever does happen. Come back to trading view. Not interested in a buy or a sell really, as far as the I'm only interested in sales as far as the US 100 is concerned, but it has to get down here deep in the buy zone. So that is risky in its own self. And so concentrate on the EUR USD at this time. And that's the sort of scenario we're looking at for the EUR USD. Got the buy alert, looking for a nice green wave, price to be up here at least 2.2 pips away. But once we get there into, especially this area here, equal highs, if it ever does get the high, I'll be looking to either take out the trade or probably take out the trade, to be fair, if we ever do get this high, or at least put my stop loss to break even, depending on that volume at that time. Don't really think there's going to be a lot of volume at that time, but you never know. Now, with the strategy, we are allowed to trade twice in the day. And luckily for me, I traded earlier on today on the EUR USD about between 3 and 4. And this is what it looked like. Hello, this is David Kahn on Thursday, the 11th of September. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and I've taken a sell because on the EUR USD, because the price has gone into the... Hang on, I don't want to confuse anybody, but we are coming up to a time, I'll play that a little bit later on if we get into a trade now, because we got a buy alert. This is where we want to be. Right, I'm in a buy. So basically, yeah, I had a win this afternoon. So if this wins, obviously I'll get 4%. If it loses, well, like I said, I'm not going to be taking this all the way up to 2% because of this. Yeah, I'm just in the trade here now. So because of this line here, and I might be out straight away. Oh, well, if that happens, it happens. 1% loss. That'll bring me down to 1% on the day, which is no problem at all because I'm over my 10% already for the month. These are all, these trades are all, I got the word. These are all, got a brain freeze. Dummy trades. That's not the correct term, but I'm thinking about too many things at different times. I'm watching the EUR USD US 100 on one monitor, the EUR USD on another. Just taking this trade now. I was anticipating the trend line turning green, which it hasn't yet. But if it gets up to there, I'm sure it will turn green because it's 3 o'clock on the clock face. Well, it's about, to be fair, it's about 3:30. But it's so near anticipatory that could all change within a minute. So this is what we're looking at on TradingView, because I want to keep an eye on TradingView, because once price gets up to there into our sell zone, I will be thinking about possibly taking the trade out, and by then it's about, well, what it is it? It's there is 1 point, just over 1% if we get that high. So that's fair enough if we get there. So I'm going to keep it on this at the moment. Let's there's the trade. I'm going to play this one from the beginning because this is what I did this afternoon. It's 2 minutes long. Hello, this is David Kahn on Thursday, the 11th of September. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and I've taken a sell because on the EUR USD, because the price has gone into the 5-minute zone, the buy zone on the 5 minutes. So I was waiting for the next sell. And here I am with the sell. I've recorded this live view, but I've sped up the recording so you don't have to wait, because it was about 20 minutes long originally. I'm going to speed it down so you don't have to wait that long. So wait till the end and we'll see it win 2%. Yeah, I sped up the recording so it only lasts a couple of minutes, like I said. I took the sell because the price went into the sell zone on the 5-minute time frame. So we took the next sell just as per strategy. And at the moment it's going the wrong way. Nearly took out there. But in the end, I get my 2%. So we can see that these candles are being shown 10 times faster than what they are, just so you don't have to be bored and watch for all the recording. And then we'll go and have a look and see how our trade is doing now, as of now on the EUR USD. Even on the recording, it seems to be going slow, but patience, everything seems to be slow when you're waiting for things to happen. Yeah, this is recorded 10 times faster than normal speed. So if you're wondering why the candles are going, I am on the minute time frame. So there you go. First trade of the day. Could have watched it come in and get its 2%. I'm doing some live trading later on this evening, but first trade of the day down and a nice 2% win. So thanks very much and see you on the next one. Bye for now. There we go. That's the trade. So that was me this afternoon. Let's get back to what is happening right now. And we've sort of got a line there, it's high there and a high there, and it started to sell off again. So history, when trading, sometimes history repeats itself. So let's hope well, we'll see. I know I've got a 75% chance of it getting higher. Up to the buy zone. Hopefully there's lots of sells. Sorry, the sell zone even. That's the buy zone. That is the sell zone. Hopefully there's lots of sells orders up here waiting for the banks to go and collect these sell orders. But we don't know. Equally, there's a bit of imbalance down here on this candle here, and there could be lots of buy orders down here. So obviously it's in the balance, but accepting a 1% loss as normal and not feeling bad about it at all. Not interested in the US 100 or the also known as the NAS100 because it's the highest it's ever been today at 3 o'clock. So I'm not interested in a buy, and yet the buy zone is just underneath. So if I was to take a sell, I'll be going straight into the buy zone. So that is a bit of a worry in itself. So I wouldn't be interested in that. So the EUR USD is my best chance of a trade. And that's why I've been taking the EUR USD. So we'll keep it on here at the minute, and just see what happens. Trading tomorrow, live trading tomorrow. There has been a change in the times. I will be trading at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I was due to trade at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, but I have a doctor's appointment to go to. So due to that, I won't be home until later. So I will be trading at 10 o'clock tomorrow. It is marked up in the various places where you get the times. So that's 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're going to be looking at the EUR USD. But right now we are on the EUR USD once again, looking at a buy. Didn't look too good at the moment though, but it ain't over till it's over. And indeed, the trend line did go green. So we got a buy alert, green wave. That's where the stop loss goes in anticipation of the red wave turning to green. A green trend. Parabolic was underneath price, but now it's shifted around a bit. But that's not to say price could still go up and swallow that parabolic, bring it back down again, and we could continue the buy. I'm looking at price at this level up here, because not only is that area there at 1.17374, that area is start of the sell zone, but it's also equal high with that. But at the moment, it doesn't look like I'm even going to get that high. So if it is a 1% loss, no big deal. That means I've made 1% on the day, which I am chuffed about, because these are dummy trades, because I've already personally I've already got my my 10% target for the month. So I'm taking dummy trades. Although they are dummy trades, I want to assure you that I am taking trades the same way as I would do if it was real money, if it was live money. Nothing changes at all. It's just I've locked my target in for the month already. And about that, I'm actually going on vacation next week. But I shall be around the first couple of days. And then we have to determine what we're doing for the rest of the week, if anything. But details will follow for all Academy 55 members. But we have, unfortunately for us, we have imbalance down here. So is price coming down to get this imbalance, which is underneath our stop loss, which means it could also come and meet the trend line, in which case we will be out for 1% loss. But if that happens, it happens. No problem at all. So I'm going to open up the chat if anybody has anything to say about what they've seen here today so far. Nothing else, if you'd be so kind. Write it in the chat, and if I can answer it for you, I certainly will. Oh, there we go. And unfortunately, a sell came along. Well, it did come along, and then again, prices come down to equalize that imbalance down there, which is very unfortunate. I'll drag that one over there. There we go, look. That's come down to double bottom, actually. with that sell candle there. So what I'll do now is I will copy that, copy the link, go over to my journal that everybody in Academy for 55 gets to see and copy for themselves, delete all that information, and you can use that for your own. And so we're on the month of September. Like I say, I've achieved my 10% target already. There's my winner I had this afternoon, but now I've got a loser. So I paste that in. It was the EUR USD again. It was between 7 and 8. It was the same date, Tuesday. So I drag that down there, put it on the 11th, and it was a buy, and unfortunately it lost, and minus 1%. But that's okay, because overall, there's my 10% I've achieved. I've got a 78% win rate, which is good. But that loss has brought it down to 11.2% overall. And now my win rate has gone down to 73%, but that's pretty good. Quite pleased with that. And I'll take that off. And we've got something in chat. Where was the FVG you mentioned? Raj, yep. Was it on the, I've mentioned several. Okay, so go on the 4 hourly, take the indicators off. On the EUR USD, this is the FVG, fair value gap, imbalance. All prices need to be equaled. So there's no selling power on that side of the candle, no selling power on that side of the candle. So that portion of that 4 hourly candle is indeed in balance, and that has got to be sorted out by the banks. But there's no time for them to do that. But we know it's got to be filled eventually, and they've come down and tapped into it once. They could very well tap into it again, but we know that is a reverse signal. Price is indeed, that's an imbalanced candle now. Let's have a look and see on the hourly. We got indecision on a sell, indecision, but slight buying power now. And indeed, this is where your fair value gap is. Tidy that up a bit and put it on there. So indeed, price may tap into this again, maybe this evening. Let's we're now in the buy zone, but I've done my 2 trades today. So I'll stay on with you guys, and if a buy does turn up, oh no, we're already on a buy. So if this goes down here anymore, I won't be taking a sell. So we've lost this trade already, unfortunately, only by 32, 0.2 of a pip, plus commission, of course. So yeah, unfortunately, we just got taken out on that one. But I was going to be taking the trade out because this is start of the sell zone. But at the end of the day, me personally, I've only lost one. I've gained 1% today overall because I traded the first trade between 3 and 4 this afternoon on the EUR USD, and the 2%, and now I've lost 1%. So I'm 1% up on the day. So let's Steve have a word.
Hi, this is Steve with a very short video to show you where to get the training for the indicators and tools we use inside Academy 55. So once you're logged into the members area, you'll see in the premium dashboard this section that's entitled Start Learning. And if you click here, that'll take you through to the learning library. Now, we'll say at this point, we highly recommend you watch each of these videos 2 or 3 times to get a full understanding of how everything works. Here you'll find tutorials on using the MT4 Trade Assistant and how to use the MT4 platform with the Trade Assistant. This is the longest video you'll find inside the platform. It's around 30 minutes long, well worth your time. Watch the video once, then maybe write a few questions down that you might have for yourself, and watch the video for a second time, and things will really start to make sense. By the time you watch it 3 times, you'll fully understand how everything works. So that's the longest video. It's about 30 minutes long, well worth your time. And then you can jump into individual trainings here for how to remove indicators. These videos are just a couple of minutes long. How to move MetaTrader around like you can in TradingView, Trading Assistant controls, how to do back testing in TradingView, how to draw vertical lines to mark out your hour, and so much more. And by the time you watch this video or see this video, there might be other trainings in this section. But everything here is well worth your time, and you find that, as I said a moment ago, from the main dashboard in the Start Learning section. Now, one more thing just to mention here. If you're looking for anything in particular, if you come down to the support and FAQs, click on Get Support, and in this area you'll find a detailed FAQ section, and you can come through here. For example, if you're looking for an answer to a question about MetaTrader, have a look through these, and once you click through, you'll find direct links to videos that give you answers to most of the questions that we get asked on a regular basis. So hopefully you found this useful, and back to your further training.
Thank you very much, Steve. Great stuff. So, as we can see, take the indicators off a minute, and we'll go on the 5-minute time frame. Now, this is not appealing at all. This is nowhere near an ideal place to trade. Look at all that consolidation. There's only, like I said before, there's only a 5-pip gap between the sell zone and the buy zone. Pure sideways movement. It's a bit of a minefield to try and trade in that, and yeah, I did. Just try and show off the Academy 55. Didn't work, but I'm still 1% up today, so that's fine. I'm not trading any more today. David, we took the EUR USD trade buy. I noticed that in 5 minutes, all lines in red. Does it matter, or we ignore that? Yeah, the we always teach the Academy 55 indicators are only to be used on the 1 minute time frame, not the 5 minutes. So if you ever go any higher than 1 minute, get in the habit of switching them off so you're not confused, and then go on the 5 minute. The only reason you'll go on the 5 minute is to look at the zones. Don't put the indicators on. This is what you're on about. Yeah, they were all red, but because Raj says great, he's always got to drive someone to Gatwick. I'll see you in at 10 a.m. Friday, hopefully. Yep. Well, have a safe trip, Raj, off to Gatwick. So what I was saying is, yeah, only use the indicators on the 1 minute time frame, not the ones above, because obviously if there is a price change, it's going to start at the lower time frames and filter through to the higher time frames. Although we look at the higher time frames to determine what the bigger picture is, if we could see a definite pattern. But I mean, look at this. This is crazy trying to trade that, and yet I did, because I've got to try and show you guys something. And I already had a winner this afternoon, so and it was all dummy trades. Although I do treat them all as real trades. So there we go. So I will put this indicators back on. So have a look at the EUR USD as well. Sorry, the US 100. Right, so US 100. As you can see, there's hardly any volume with the US 100. This is 2,000 units, which is equivalent of 2 pips. So as you can see, before I consider the trade, it's got a long way to go. It would already be in the buy zone. This is the start of the buy zone. So trading on the US 100 is out of the question. Trading on the EUR USD was very, very difficult, and I didn't manage to do it. Tomorrow, trading at 10 o'clock in the morning. I was going to be earlier, but I've got a doctor's appointment that I need to attend to. So I'll be here at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we were taken out by a few tenths of a pip, but nevertheless, a loss is a loss. 1%, take it on the chin, nothing, no big deal at all. Make it all back and more later on tomorrow or in the month. So with that being said, guys, unless there's any other questions, Olga says thank you. Thank you very much, Olga. Do appreciate you being on. And so with that being said, we will leave it there for this evening. And I'll see you again tomorrow. So thanks very much. Bye for now. See you, Alina. Thank you.